Hello and welcome to Rob's Rogues. We are continuing. This is part 3 of my clearance sale finds, brought to you courtesy of Walmart. There's a plug for the Walmart there. Yay! Okay, maybe not really. As I stated before in the Aquaman review, I was very happy to see that Walmart was dropping prices on some peg warmer or shelf warmer figures. And they've done that forever through Walmart. They have a shelf life that they want to sell stuff for their, in this case, $32.97, and people just didn't buy them for whatever, or the figures that people really wanted, they got more of these, so they sat on the shelves, yada yada. We all know how that works. But for somebody like me that's only buying certain figures, or I'm not going to buy a whole entire wave, even though I like doing reviews quite a bit, I'm not going to buy figures just for the sake of doing a review. I'm buying figures, A, that I like, or B, sometimes more importantly, that I can get my hands on. Actually, A and B have to go together. I'm not going to buy a set of figures that I don't really care for just for the sake of doing a review, going, hey, here's a couple figures. I like Hawkgirl very much, and I was not familiar with the Gentleman Ghost until Batman Brave and the Bold. I thought, wow, what a cool, interesting character. He must be new. Wrong. I found out he's a very old character. So, where the Justice Society had always fought, and both these figures make their first appearance in a Flash comic. So I also thought that was pretty cool too. But as far as my knowledge of the figure, I didn't really become familiar with the Hawk characters until the Superpowers cartoon series and action figures, and then Hawkgirl for me became more of a prominent figure in the Justice League Unlimited cartoon series. So I'm kind of sad to say I didn't know much about her beforehand, but just watching the cartoon series alone made me really like this character a lot more. Than I have since gone back and looked at other comic book issues and things like that and found out, wow, the Hawk characters were actually pretty cool characters. So like I said, check your Walmarts. You're able to find a lot of these figures for very cheap. Like I said, $19. A lot of the 2-pack figures are being marked down. And I don't know if I said this in the Aquaman video or not, but the 2-pack figures that are being marked down are now the same price as the Young Justice 6-inch figures that come with the base and, like 12 different weapons and all that kind of stuff. So it was a little bit easier to buy these two figures going, well, I don't know if I would have bought a Hawkgirl and a Gentleman Ghost if they were just $15 and $15 here. I probably would have waited and thought, well, I'll wait and see. But I got Power Girl for $7, so I thought, oh, that's pretty cool. I liked Power Girl. Hawkgirl, she was $7 on a peg by herself. I would have bought it. So I found it a lot easier to buy these two figures that I like very much, and I was able to get them for a very cool price. So, enough rambling there. Let's get to the back of the package here. And you can see on the side here the new box style for the 2-packs. I have two prominent characters highlighted, Batman and Green Lantern on this side, and Flash and Aquaman on this side. And then you can kind of see Hawkgirl here. Red Tornado is up in this portion. Martian Manhunter actually appears twice, and I thought it was kind of interesting to see Starfire on that panel, and I believe that's Wonder Woman. She appears twice, so we kind of got heroes in just different places throughout here, but I thought it was also cool. There's Captain Marvel. So the preview panel for other figures in the wave have been taken out of this package, and if you've seen the Aquaman video, I thought the write-ups were so small that they've actually increased the space to have a write-up on the figures. So we'll do the quick read, and hopefully this portion goes better than the last one. The biography for Hawkgirl, which I think I like Hawkgirl just a little bit more than Hawkman. Don't know why. I think morally because they're just not morally. Normally there's just not a lot of female characters that get a lot of good publicity, and I think because of the Justice League Unlimited, Hawkgirl kind of came forefront figure for some people that that's the only way they know her. So, Rob, shut up and read. Okay. During ancient Egypt's 15th dynasty, there we go. Princess Sierra, I believe that's how her name is pronounced here, and her beloved Prince Khufu discovered a down-Turanian spacecraft. After their murder, the couple's exposure to the ship's anti-gravity nth metal had destined them to be reincarnated through the ages and fight alongside the Justice Society of America. I think this is a poor review. I was looking at some of the Wikipedia ones and just different write-ups on fan sites of the DC heroes. I just think this is a poor review. It doesn't really tell you much about Hawkgirl herself. It kind of explains how they got to be their Hawk characters, but some of the other reviews, like Aquaman's review, is written very well. I just think this was a poor review. A Gentleman's Ghost is going to read much better. But anyway, statistics. The first appearance, as I said, is Flash Comics number 1, January 1940. When I first read this, I started reading about the character. I didn't realize that Hawkgirl was that old of a character. She first appeared as Soraya in the Flash comic number 1, and then in All-Star comic number 5, June 1941, she appeared as Hawkgirl. Real name Soraya Sanders Hall. Occupation journalist and hero. Basis of operations New York City. Special abilities wing maneuvered flight enabled by anti-gravity nth metal. I think that's how that is said. Wields a variety of ancient weapons. Expert hand-to-hand combat. I think the wingspan is just so cool in this character. She's going to take up a lot of space on the shelf, but I think she's going to look like a very cool character once we get her out of package. The write-up on the Gentleman Ghost here, his biography. After being hanged for his crimes, 19th century highwayman Gentleman Jim Craddock's spirit rose again as the Gentleman Ghost. Returning to his former life of crime, the Gentleman Ghost soon crossed paths with the Justice Society of America. His powers and phantom nature make him nearly impossible to apprehend, but the superheroes of the 21st century always manage to defeat this Draper. Supernatural villain. Spectral villain, there you go. Statistics. First appearance, Flash Comics, number 88, October 1974, a.k.a. Gentleman Jim the Ghost. Real name is James Craddock. Occupation, highwayman, robber, criminal. So he's a multitasker. Basis of operations, London, St. Roch, Louisiana, Midway City, excuse me. Special abilities, indestructible body. There we go. Insubstantial. Body is invisible to the human eye. It includes extreme cold in people who touch him, if they can't touch him. Can resurrect other ghosts from his enemy's past. Sharpshooter with flintlock pistols. Complete immoral. So, kind of phased out there for a second. I'm just kind of reading and then just started looking at the package. Not very good concentration. I said the Gentleman Ghost biography is a lot better than Hawkgirl's. And it's almost like the biographer didn't really know what to say. So, anyway, that's kind of par for my course. Didn't know what to read there. So I kind of trailed off. So I apologize about that. But the main thing is I want to get these two out of their package, and very happy to have a Hawkgirl to add to my collection. So we'll be back in just a minute. Hold tight, and we'll see you soon. And here we are. We are back. Here we have Hawkgirl and the Gentleman Ghost out of their package. And let me tell you, both of these figures in their package, there was a little bit of extra cutting I had to do to the plastic backing that was molded to them. Gentleman's Ghost cape was really tucked down inside there. He came out a little bit easier, but I had to do a little extra squeezing to the cape to get him out. And Hawkgirl's wings, they looked great in there, but they were really a pain to kind of get out. I don't know how they got them in there without cutting the plastic, but I had to cut a little bit at the top to get the wings to slide out through. She just looks amazing. She looks great in the package, but she looks even better out of package. I had her with her wings spread up a little bit ago, and we'll show that in a little bit, but the wingspan is just enormous. That's an excellent feature right there. For no other reason, if you can find these two packs, she already is the clear winner. So we'll move Hawkgirl out of the way. and we'll look at a Gentleman Ghost here. Gentleman Ghost, like I said before in the first part of the review, I was really unaware of him. I don't even know if I have any comics that he is featured in. The only way I really knew of him was because of Batman Brave and the Bold cartoon show, which I think is really cool. And I saw him get featured in an episode there. So I guess I kind of assumed he was a Batman villain that I just didn't know about, but I guess he's more of a Flash Justice Society villain. They both come with multiple accessories. Hawkgirl has 3. He has 2. So far in the 2-packs, I don't know if any other, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know if any other 2-packs come with as many accessories as the 2 of them do. Usually only one of the characters gets an accessory, or they have none. I think he's a decent figure. I don't have the package here. I've got it in another room. The top hat in the package looked like it was setting up a little bit higher on the artwork. As you can see, he wants to tip back because of just the sheer weight of this plastic cape, and then he's got his tuxedo tails here. His cape is attached in the back on a peg like all the DCUC figures, and there's no articulation in the head. As you can see, it kind of moves. It looks like you could possibly take this off and you'd have like a headless horseman, if you will, but the monocle, if I get it out from behind there, is really kind of attached, not really kind of, it is attached to the actual figure itself. So even if you could take this off, you would have to cut this cord right here on the jacket of the figure. Not that I would do that anyway, but that would, if you found a way to take this off, this good part would still be attached right here. Normally you talk about the head sculpt or the lack of the head sculpt, but I like the monocle up here. We'll use his staff as a pointer. I think that's very cool. It's a clear, translucent piece. I originally thought there was a hole in here, but it's just a flat black painting there. So it's the only color on the figure other than the white. He does have some translucent legs. My only gripe, I have a couple little gripes, not major, but the pin that they put in for his legs, you have this nice translucent clear plastic here to kind of show that he's, in ghostly form, but he's got this white peg that's kind of sticks out a little bit. If you've got it from the front, you really don't notice it as much if you had the figure on the side. And you can see the drill holes that they put in for the pegs, so like the pegs I have on my stand, he could get pegged in there. But he is back heavy a little bit. He does stand on his own, but you've kind of got to lean him forward at his feet. But there he goes, tips back a little bit. So, and the legs on my figure are really kind of wobbly. They feel really loose. His torso section is also loose. Again, if I found the Hawkgirl for $7 and he was $7, I still don't know if I'd have picked him up. But since he came in a 2-pack, I thought, well, cool. I'm just getting basically a second figure for almost 3/4 of the price. I do have some paint issues right in here, where some of the paint has started to come off, and up here. But cool figure overall. He can hold his staff very well in either hand. That one's kind of loose. The gun is another story. I have sat here and tried. He holds it there fairly well, but it's still very loose in his hand. The other hand, which does look like it's designed to go in his finger in the trigger, still doesn't want to hold it very well. So this gun is, I know, it doesn't seem to fit well in his hand. I could have just done with the cane and been just fine. But hey, we've got a multiple accessory for the figure, so that's cool. So we'll move Gentleman Ghost out of the way. And the main reason why I bought this 2-pack was Hawkgirl. I think she's just a magnificent figure. She's the first DCUC female character that I have. that her joints and her arms are nice and stiff. They don't feel loose. Yes, I do still feel a little bit brittle. She drops her sword. Just because the joints are just so tiny. Although this arm appears to be backwards, and then, yeah, it was. So, but yeah, she does, I do not think she turns at the waist. No, there is no waist turn there. Does have a little bit of an ab crunch. Mine appears to be a little stiff. I don't want to force it too much. Legs move in and out. She does look a little bow-legged, but I believe that is to give extra weight and support for when her wings are out, and the wingspan is just incredible. I get her to stand there, lean forward a little bit. There you go. I think that is just amazing as she kind of falls there. So her hips seem to be a little out of line. There we go. The wingspan is just massive, and it's nice that it can go back to the far back position. She does not have enough support by herself to stand forward. On these little peg holes, I still think you really kind of have to bend her forward to get her to stay. The camera really doesn't show how far I have her tipped, but as you can see here, she is leaning much farther forward to get her to stand with her wings back. Not that I would have her in that position. I would probably have the wings more up there. What I thought about doing is possibly hanging her from the ceiling on some fishing line kind of over some of the other figures. I think that would just look very cool. She does come with 3 accessories. I'm not exactly sure what that is called. It's escaping me at the moment. But that looks like it would hurt. But she comes with this nice little sword, knife. Crocodile Dundee, now that's a knife. And this nice spear here as well. And she can hold all of her accessories in either hand very well. So we've got 3 to choose from. Some people have said, oh, that's too many accessories. For me, I don't think you can have enough accessories. I remember in, I believe it was G.I. Joe, after a while, in the 80s when I was kind of collecting some of those figures, that you could buy accessory packs, like multiple guns and different things like that. I think that would be cool for the DC Universe figures, that you could buy accessory packs. Like, oh crap, I lost my staff for Robin, or I lost a couple batarangs, that you could just get generic weapons and just different things for your figures if you had lost them, or they're broken or whatever. But this figure, the Aquaman figure was great. I loved finally getting an Aquaman. But out of the Power Girl, Aquaman, Hawkgirl, and Gentleman Ghost, and Hawkgirl here, she has to be my favorite out of all these that I've done the reviews for so far. She is just a fantastic figure. The only thing that she can't do is turn at the waist and her head. It does move ever so slightly, but because of her hair, if you can see that, there is really no turning that can be done whatsoever. Take her staff out. You can see it does move slightly. She can look down a little bit, but she can't look up because her hair is kind of not caught, but kind of molded to her shoulder. See, it does move a little bit there. She can turn side to side just a little bit, but you get so far, and I feel like the head is kind of pivoting a little bit. I'm afraid it would pop off. But that's just a minor detail. Like I said, I don't think I'm going to have her turning her head anyway. Just with her massive wingspan here, that you can do just multiple poses with it. I think it's just very, very cool. I'd be interested to try and find Hawkman to get both of them to kind of complete the Hawk set, if you will. But both of these figures are a very cool find. If you can find them in your Walmart, they are now marked down. Most places have them for $17.99. Definitely check it out. I know I'm kind of oozing over the Aquaman figure and Hawkgirl, but and because I was rambling so much, the memory stick on the camera filled up. I think I had said that they were $17.99. Correction, they are $19. for the two figures. But to wrap it up, since this has kind of been one of my longer reviews, I thought I was just going to be talking about Aquaman so much, about how much I was finally glad to get into Aquaman. But Hawkgirl, I picked her up just mainly because they were cheap double 2-pack figures. Thought I always kind of liked Hawkgirl, but man, just seeing her here standing now, and I can't wait to put her on the shelf with the rest of my DCUC figures that I have. She's just going to look great there. So we'll wrap this up. Thank you guys for continuing to check out my reviews. Subscribe if you haven't already down here below, or actually subscribe up here. Comment down below. Subscribe up here. There you are. So thanks again. I'm hoping to pick up a Superman soon, but I've got a couple other reviews that I'll slip in. So this has been a little clearance sale find here for 3 little reviews here. Go check your Walmart out. Check the clearance sale section, kind of at the end of a toy section or across from electronics is where they have a clearance sale aisle, and a lot of the DCUC figures that have been peg warmers or shelf warmers are there, and you can probably pick some up that maybe you have passed over. I know I haven't given any real ratings to any of my figures since doing reviews, but if I had to give a rating here for Hawkgirl, I'd give her a solid 9. The only reason it's not a 10 for me is there's just her head doesn't have a whole lot of articulation and no waist turn. But I've rambled on enough. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more reviews coming up, and we'll see you guys next time.